Well, welcome to BBC News Live, and haven't we got a celestial treat for you today? Of course, we're watching the full lunar eclipse as it's about to begin, as the moon passes through the Earth's shadow, and we're expecting a blood moon. And I'm very pleased to say that we're joined by BBC weather presenter Sophia Herod. Welcome to BBC News Live, straight from the very centre of the BBC newsroom. We're gripped. We've been watching certain locations see a little bit of something, the change of the colour of the moon, but just talk us through what we're going to see in the next few minutes and hours.
So for us in the UK, we won't see the whole entirety of the eclipse, unfortunately, but it is in sociable hours. So it will start to rise up for most of us at around 7:33 in the evening, and it'll appear reddish in colour. And for those in the eastern parts, it's actually going to be closer to 7:30, but the moon will rise in different times in different places across the UK. So the further west you are, the more likely it is that you'll see less of the totality of the lunar eclipse. But as it rises, it's going to be reddish in colour, and it's going to appear slightly bigger and brighter than usual because the moon is closer to the Earth in its elliptical orbit at the moment. So it's going to be quite a spectacle.
It's going to be quite a spectacle. And just let's get the science part, explain the science part. Why red? Why that colour?
So what happens is this one's a total lunar eclipse. So the moon is in the darkest part of the Earth's shadow in the umbra. So the moon obviously doesn't emit its own light. So how can we still see it? Well, the light from the sun still continues to pass through the Earth's atmosphere, and the shorter wavelengths, blue light, scatters more easily, and our atmosphere filters it out. And the longer red wavelength continues to pass through the Earth's atmosphere and onto the surface of the moon, making it appear reddish in colour, which is why we call it a blood moon.
And when we say blood moon, how, I've never seen one in real life, but you've seen pictures of it. It's really red, isn't it?
Yeah, it can get really red, and it depends. I mean, if there's dust in the atmosphere, it can make it appear more reddish in colour as well. So, I mean, parts of India and Australia are going to really see a great view of this lunar eclipse, but it is on unsociable hours over there. For us in the UK, as I say, it's going to be at around dinner time, so just as the sun sets and the moon begins to rise up. So yeah, we've got a great view ahead of us, but there is a lot of cloud around in the UK. It's been quite unsettled. So there may be some breaks in the cloud, particularly around parts of London right now and Hampshire and Reading. But for others in parts of Scotland, it's not going to be a particularly great view, I'm afraid. There's lots of rain in the forecast.
Oh, it's typical, isn't it? It always is. And yeah. you are the best placed person to know what the weather forecast is doing. But just, so in terms of the way that, well, actually, let's start with how long this moment's going to take.
So it's around 85 minutes in total.
Wow.
So as I say, parts of India and Australia will see that for the entirety, parts of Africa as well. But for those who are in the east of the UK, it'll be around 7:30 that the moon begins to rise in the eastern horizon. And that will last around 20 minutes, perhaps, if you're lucky. But the further west you are, the more likely you're only to see it around sort of a couple of minutes, perhaps even 5 minutes for some. So, but it will still appear red. It's not like a solar eclipse when you see it starting to move away, the shadows starting to move away. It's more that you'll see it turning less red over time. So at around 9 o'clock, you'll start to see the moon appearing less red over time. And then by 9:55 in the evening for most of us, it will have subsided and it will have just looked like the normal cool corn full moon, which actually was named because it's a good time to harvest corn.
Oh,
little fun fact for you.
What a brilliant fact. We're just looking at Dubai now, and it does look, it is stunning. So it's the refraction of the light from the sun, which is then bending round. I'm not even going to pretend I know the science behind this, but that's why it gives it this incredible colour.
Yeah, it's a light refraction. It bends around the Earth and onto the surface of the moon and makes it appear reddish in colour. And it is absolutely glorious. Look at it.